Hello everyone, Kat here, and today I have an arm sculpt and tone video for you guys. As always, this is pregnancy safe, coming on 16 weeks here with baby on board, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's get to the back of our mat and get started. We're gonna start off with a nice little warm up. Let's do some backwards arm swings, heading back, deep breaths, and forwards. So this is gonna be nice. You are going to need weights for this portion of the workout. If you don't have weights and you have something like, heavy water bottles, something that you can use that'll put some tension on your upper body. Now we're gonna twist and twist. Getting a little bit of movement into our thoracic spine. You can follow the twist, you can keep your head to the front, depending on what works for you. 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna bend over, open, and open. Really getting that nice opening through your chest. Today we are hitting biceps, triceps, and shoulders, the whole arm. And we're hitting it in a circuit style, 1 bicep move, 1 tricep move, and 1 shoulder move. Lean over to one side, lean over to the other. No cardio today. I do choose to do a little bit of light jogging in between the sets just because that's helpful for me, but totally depends on what you feel like doing. I just like doing this stretch. Who doesn't need a quick hip flexor stretch during the day? All right, up and over. Nice little stretch in the tricep. Other side. So the next move I'm gonna do is inchworms. You're gonna come down, walk yourself out forward into a plank, engage, and walk yourself back. You can do this move as fast or as slow as it works for you. The next time that you come forward, give me a push-up. You can drop down onto your knees, you can stay up, yet again, whatever works for you. Come back, and roll it up. Great job. So we're gonna head into our first set very shortly. The first move that we're gonna do is just a normal bicep curl. Make sure that you're keeping your elbows nice and glued. I like to keep them towards my hips. You don't wanna be here. That's not doing anything. The next move that we're gonna do, I brought my bench out for this one, is an overhead tricep extension. I use one weight, I hold it, engage through my core, up and down. Up, this is your tricep muscle. So think about lengthening and contracting. Next, we're going to do a shoulder press. You consider stand, 2 weights, up and over. So we're gonna start with that bicep curl. Grab those weights, and let's begin. Arms glued. We're gonna go for 40 seconds. It's always helpful to think about exhaling as you're doing the curl, and then a nice and slow eccentric movement. Breathing on the concentric movement or the work. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhaling during the work period. And you're so close. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm gonna jog over, grab my overhead tricep extension weight, come to my bench, leave the weight there. Like I said, if I'm already here, might as well get some cardio in. All right, make your way. You can sit on the floor, you can stand up, whatever works for you. Hold the weight, bring it down and extend. Down and extend. Now, as you're doing this, you wanna make sure that your ribs aren't flaring open like this. Not good for your core. You also wanna make sure that your elbows aren't splaying, out to the side. So you wanna make sure that they're staying nice and engaged. Just like with your biceps, your elbow for both of these moves is the point that you're moving around, your fulcrum. So that's where you're wanting to keep all of the movement coming from. You want to keep that stable and move around it. And rest. The next move that we're going to be doing is that shoulder press. You really have a few more seconds. I got overexcited. So for your shoulder press, you're coming up and down, up and down. You can do this one seated. You can do this one standing. going. Let's begin. Come to that 90 degree and up. Yet again, make sure that your ribs aren't flaring out. If you are standing, I find it helpful to separate my legs to give me a little bit larger base of support so that I'm not just standing on a tightrope. Make sure that you're not crunching through your neck. You're not jamming those shoulders up towards your ears. Final 10 seconds of our first set. Let's go. 2, 1, and rest. Grab some water. We have a 1-minute rest. I want to make sure that you're really cooled down, ready to start. The next set with strength moves. It's a little bit different than cardio. You want to give yourself enough of a rest period where you feel like heading into the next set. You're not fully recovered, obviously. You didn't take a whole day off, but you have enough energy to really start the next set with power, with strength, and not feeling so sore and depleted that you're not getting the full benefit. All right, set number 2. We're gonna do hammer curls, keeping that same movement. All that we did was flip our grip from here to here. Move number 2 is a tricep kickback. So you're gonna bend over a little bit. You're gonna go back and back. Try to only come to that 90. It can be hard, but give it your best shot. And then move number 3 is a lateral raise, coming out to the side. So we're gonna start. I'll give it 15 more seconds. Gather your weights. Get yourself situated. And we're gonna start in 5 seconds. As you saw, you always wanna bend down to pick up your weights. You don't wanna use your back. Really use your legs. Let's begin. Hammer curls. Yet again, you're exhaling on the way up, inhaling on the way down. You wanna make sure that both arms are coming at the same rate, same speed. If you don't have weights that challenge you and you only have lighter weights, pick up the speed, meaning that you do more reps during the time period. If your weights are too heavy to be doing this move with both arms at the same time, alternate them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bring those weights to the floor. Jog it over or walk, whatever your speed is for today. We're gonna be hitting those tricep kickbacks. Deep breath. You're getting stronger, it feels good. 2, 1, come to a nice bend, bring the arms up, kick back to the 90. Back to the 90. Exhale as you push back. Really try to come to that full bent, lockout, the full locked out position, and then only come to that 90-degree bend. You can also alternate on this one if it's easier on your back. Final 10. 5, you got it. Try to work through the whole 40 seconds. That's why you have a lot of rest and rest. I'm using those same weights for my lateral raise. For shoulders and triceps, except for the overhead extension, I tend to go lighter than I do on my biceps. That's just me, whatever works for you. I feel like that's for most people though, so don't get discouraged if that's the case. Get ready and lateral raise. Out to the side, bring it down. And down. Down. You only have to come to shoulder height. Try to bring both weights to the same height. If you have a mirror, it's really helpful while you're weight training because it doesn't always feel like you're doing something funky until you see yourself. I also like to bend my elbows a little bit. I don't like to lock out my arms, just a little though, nothing crazy, and rest. The last move that we're gonna be doing is a tricep push-up. So you're gonna come down to the floor. You can be on your knees or you can be up on your toes. And you're gonna come down and up. 2, 1, let's begin. start up on my toes and see what I can do. You got this. I know push-ups are not everyone's favorite, but they make us stronger. "15 more seconds. What have you got left? Get into your zone. Two, one, and rest. You have that nice 1-minute rest now. Shake it out, walk around, come and check to make sure that the video is still running, and it is. Alrighty. So we're heading into our last set. We have a little burnout at the end too. But hopefully you're feeling this. Make sure you have water or a beverage of some type that's hydrating with you, especially when you're expecting. Later on in my pregnancy, I usually even have a snack next to me. You never know when you're gonna get lightheaded or something like that. The next move that we have is you're gonna do an isolated curl with one arm right here, 3 curls with the other, 2, 3, and then you're gonna switch. 1, 2, 3. That's the format. Move number 2 is what did I do here? Is a front raise. I have no idea what I did here. We did kickbacks, overhead tricep extension. All right, well, I think we did 4 moves last round. Sorry about that. So this round we're going to do isolated curl and a hammer curl. We're gonna do our lateral raise, and that's it because we already did. We did 4 moves in the last one, so you get a little bit of a break. So we're gonna get started in 5 seconds. Grab your weights for that isolated curl and hammer curl. 2, 1, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. You got this. Sorry about that little mistake, and for anyone who caught it, you were right. That was a long round last round. 2, 3, 4 more seconds. You got it. 1, and rest. Alrighty. Take a breath. Walk it out. Whatever you've got to do. Next, we have a front raise. Up and down. Got overexcited. I like working those triceps. And let's go. Up and down. As you see, you only have to get it to about shoulder height and then come back down. You got this. Breathe. Up and down. Nice little bend in your legs. Up and down. And down. You're right there. And down. And rest. Now, surprise, surprise. Guess what? We're gonna run through the whole thing one more time. Are you ready for that? Hopefully. So if you've had enough, that's all that you needed for your arms today, then you can feel free to dip right on out. You might want to fast forward. There's a little bit of a burnout round at the end, but if you've got more left in the tank, or in the arms really, come along with me. So we're gonna start back with that bicep curl in just about 15 seconds. So grab some water, get your mind in the right place, figure out if you want to go up or not. Get those weights, Arms situated, and let's get after it. Even if the rounds are a little bit funky between 2 and 3, you know what you're looking at now. You know how you can push a little bit more, even if it's not adding weight. Maybe it's breathing. Maybe it's focusing on that mind-muscle connection, thinking about that muscle every time that you use it. That really helps to engage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next move, we're heading that overhead tricep extension. I haven't been doing a ton of jogging. It's a little hard to jog and talk. That's what I realized, but I'm here. I'm giving it my best effort. I try to jog every time because while I'm here, why not get some steps in? All right, grab that weight, bring those elbows to a good spot, and begin. Extend and bend. You can also do this one standing, so you can come here. This is a good alternative for people that are used to doing skull crushers on the floor, laying on your back. Obviously, after a certain amount of time in pregnancy, you don't want to lay on your back at all for any extended period of time, especially while you're huffing and puffing. So why not switch out some moves early on so you can start incorporating that into your routine. I always find that makes the transition a little bit easier. By always, I mean the first time I was pregnant. Haven't had a million kids here, but this is what I've learned about myself. All right, get ready for those shoulder presses. Bend down, pick up those weights. We're getting squats in here too, guys. And begin. Up and down. This is also a great time to just appreciate your strength. Think about how much your body's doing right now. How many other responsibilities you're juggling, and you chose to press play. You chose to pause everything else going on. You didn't turn the TV on. You're not scrolling through social media mindlessly. You're investing, and it does pay back. 1 minute rest. You're already through with 1 set. 2 more sets to go. You've done 4 sets. You're so much closer than when you started. Which sounds so silly, but sometimes that's the motivation you need to be like, all right, I'll finish it out. Trying to keep up with that cardio like I promised. And just breathe. There's so much going on right now. This is your time to just let it all out. Get some endorphins going. Not forget about everything going on, obviously, that can be impossible. But just take a little break from it. All right, hammer curls. Bend down, pick up your weights, pull your elbows, take a breath, and let's go. Up and down. Whether you're pregnant or not, being part of a pandemic is affecting everybody's mental health. And if you can have a few good habits, healthy habits, stress management tips, whatever you want to call them, it really does make all the difference. In the short run, in how you feel day to day, and in the long run, how much all the craziness going on is able to affect you personally, affect your goals, affect your state of mind, affect everything. Because we don't know how long this is going to be going on. We don't want to let everything spiral. And rest. Next move, tricep kickback. The one where you're bent over, kicking back. Like I mentioned, I'm about 16 weeks pregnant, about a day or so away. So there's still a lot of questions. Bend forward, pick up those weights, about what hospital procedures are gonna be like. Me and my fiance just moved from New York to Kansas very recently ago. So we're figuring out, flights for family members, who's gonna watch our 2-year-olds because she's not gonna be allowed to come to the hospital. Just all this craziness, and it's really easy to let that cloud the enjoyment of the process and the excitement about everything going on. It's easy to just worry. Obviously, appointments for many of us are much different. Doctor's appointments, seeing family members, the holidays coming up, no one really knows what that's gonna look like. And I'm right there with you. It damn stinks. Nobody likes it. No one is enjoying all this craziness, but I was listening to a great podcast a few days ago, and get ready for your lateral raises. They were talking about how this time really is an opportunity to let your soil be towed. It's challenging. Nobody likes going through it. Nobody likes dredging through all those challenging experiences, but it's changing a lot of our mindsets. It's making a lot of us a lot more appreciative for some normalcy and things that we would usually take for granted. It's adjusting a lot of policies that have been really out of date for a long time. So there's a lot of good coming out of it. There's a lot of opportunity for change and for growth during it if you just look for the opportunity and rest. I hope that me talking through that last set helped you a little bit. That's just a little food for thought. This time, you coming to your mat is not all about just working your muscles. It's about working through what's ever going on in your head, whatever's been sitting there stagnant, allowed to just take over your thoughts. Even if it's not your conscious thoughts, maybe it's in the back of your mind, but I get it. I'm right there with you. I'm working out the same stuff, trying to just find a spot in the world that I'm confident and comfortable. And that's all you can do. Set number 3, getting ready for it. We still have a little bit more time till we get started. Grab a drink, take a breath. Think about what you're grateful for right now. Even with everything going on, there has to be a few things during all of this that might have been better, or that you might have just learned to appreciate in a new way. Next, we're going to go into those 3 curls and holds. I'm actually going to drop my weight for this one. I felt myself failing a little bit on that last one. We're going to go in 5 seconds. Dance it out. Dance it out. Get ready. 2, 1, let's go. Isolate one side. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Great job. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Another great point about these curls is that you don't want to be swinging like this. It's really easy to get into that motion. Try to keep nice and still. Really get all of that strength from your bicep to curl that weight. Try not to use the momentum. Easier said than done, I know, especially at the end of a set, especially at the end of an arm workout, but give it your best shot. And rest. Tricep push-up. Now that's really where it's supposed to be. So you can do this up on your toes, you can do this on your knees, wherever you're feeling it in this part, the back of your arm, that part that all of us want to be a little bit more defined. Make your way down, and let's begin. I'm going to start up on my toes again, see what I can muster out. And there's no shame in trying. If you could get 3 up on your toes and then you have to drop because you feel like your core is failing you, that's 3 more than you would have done if you hadn't given it a shot. I'm going to try to go for the whole time. Give it my best shot. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, rest. Last move, front raises. And if any of these moves you feel like you can't keep a solid foundation in your core, you feel like you're opening up here, you can always do them from the floor. You can do them sitting down. I would suggest doing them up on your heels if you're gonna go from the floor. Let's make it up to a front raise. I wouldn't just sit down flat on your butt. I feel like that might be more pressure on your core. A lot of pressure on your lower back too. So like I said, seated on a chair, on a bench, or up on your heels, or even on maybe like some sort of bolster, all of those can be helpful. Last move of a normal set before we hit that burnout. What have you got? 10 more seconds. 4, 2, and rest. Breathe, take a drink. So the burnout round we're only doing once. We're done with the regular sets, no more surprises. The first move of our burnout set is an isolated curl. You're gonna come here, see all the angles? And you're just gonna hold that curl. You can pulse. I'm probably gonna pulse, it makes you feel a little bit less horrible. So do whatever you gotta do. You can, I wouldn't, but I don't want here. This is what I don't want. Either here or just still. The next move is gonna be a kickback. Just here or little pulses. I'm gonna drop down for my kickback compared to my normal kickback weight. And the last move is shoulder circles. I'm gonna drop down for these as well compared to what I would normally use. So I'm gonna get out some 5s, some 3s, and we're gonna go in 20 seconds. I'm gonna try to clean up after myself a little bit. My weights always look like a hot mess once I get started. Take a breath. This is burnout. This is it. You're almost done. Hopefully this isn't miserable, but I get it. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Little pulses. Sometimes it's nice to take a little walk. Whatever helps you not focus on the burn in your arms. Keep that core engaged. During all strength moves, you want to make sure that you're really bracing through your core. So that's like the best comparison I've heard is imagine, obviously, if you're pregnant, don't exactly imagine this, but imagine that someone's about to punch you in the stomach. What would your reaction be? Huh. That's it. That's bracing. You want to make sure that you have that braced core the whole time so you're not putting a ton of pressure on your back. And rest. Look how quickly that went. In 10 seconds, we're going to go into that tricep kickback pulse. That was your last bicep move. Take it off of your mind, out of sight, out of mind. All right. Hinge, up. Let's go. Little pulses. Engage core. Looking out a little bit in front of you. A little bend for your legs. And this one, it's just one of those burners that you gotta breathe. Visualize those sleek arms, those strong arms, being able to carry all that baby gear on your own. And just feeling good. Who doesn't want to feel good? There's no reason not to feel good about yourself. When you're pregnant, it's obviously more challenging because your body's changing all the time. And rest. You're not used to the way that you may look, but there are things that we can control, like healthy eating, exercise, and those always boost your confidence. Pregnant, not pregnant, old, young, male, female, doesn't matter. That's gonna make you feel better. Last move, shoulder circles. First 20 seconds, we're gonna go forward. Last 20 seconds, we're gonna go backwards, and this is it. Stick with me. I know it's burning. It's burning me too. Give it your best shot. Finish it out. 2, 1. Last 20 seconds, just backwards. Try not to fall backwards. Think about that bracing. Try not to let your shoulders come up towards your ears, but I get it. If you have to drop the weight, drop the weight. Keep a micro bend in your elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those weights. Come with me right here. Cross your arms over your chest. Just breathe in. Give me a couple minutes, not a couple seconds, to cool you down. Then you're on your way. Great job. I hope you felt that one. I hope you're feeling strong and capable and confident and proud of yourself and all those good things. Come to one side, arm across your chest. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Get your heart rate back down. And these are that great endorphin feeling. You made it, you did it, you gave it your best effort. Regardless if you use the heaviest weights you've ever used, regardless if you had to stop and take breaks, You press play, you finish straight until the end, you gave it everything you had, and your arms are gonna thank you tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, in a few days. In a few days, your arms are gonna thank you. Come up and over, tricep stretch. Breathe. Switch sides, up and over. Stretch through your wrists, arm forward. You can bend your elbow, leave it straight, whatever works better. Flip. Other side. And down. And you have made it. That is your entire arm sculpting workout. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you tried your best. I mean, you showed up, so you should be thankful for that. If you like these videos and you want to see more of this, feel free to follow my channel. That'd be fantastic. I'm going to be bringing some of these workouts in a few times a week. To come is going to be an upper body workout that involves your chest, your back, and your lower back as well, because obviously that's something that you want to focus on. Thanks, guys.